Oh boy, let's see how this goes. Hi friends, welcome back to Live with the Roxy. What fucking energy to start this show with. I went, and honestly, that's the way of the day. I'm eating lunch with you guys. I made myself some delicious steak pasta last night, rigatoni, with home cooked tomato sauce with onions and mushrooms and garlic. And it was actually a different steak sauce than I made with you guys. I make a lot of different sauces. This one, I roasted tomatoes. I sauteed them into a slow simmer. Anyway, it's fucking good. I'm also going to be doing my makeup because I'm going to the what is it called? Glass, whatever, premiere tonight. I'm actually really excited for it. What the fuck is it? It's a sequel to Knives Out. House of Glass. Glass houses. Glass wax? Glass. Heart of Glass. I'm not going to look it up. Hopefully one of you guys knows and just tells me in here. And that's the rock star way. Okay, putting this to a side for a second. Glass onion, thank you. House of Glass. It's like a combined House of Wax and Glass onion. Yeah, Glass onion. I'm going to that premiere tonight. So I got to start getting ready because after this, I have a War Girls meeting. And then after the War Girls meeting, we've got a War Girls episode. And after the episode, I got to get right to the premiere. So clearly right now, we are not premiere ready, etc., etc., etc. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Nothing for nothing. No pressure, but support has been slim recently. I think it's been like, just brutal. I'm here with you guys because I love you guys, though, and I do this show because I want everybody to feel supported and seen, but it is also my job. So anyway, if you can support, if you love the show, if you've been watching the show, then streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer for questions, comments, concerns. Today we're talking about my dating app journey, so maybe that will inspire you guys to have some questions, comments, and concerns on this one. So just before I get into that, if you are like me, you're almost full focus and like day is going towards, as I talked to you guys last week, towards Iran and what's happening there. Not only have 15,000 people been ordered to death, all the protesters there, but all of the women have been ordered to be raped prior to getting killed so that they can't make it into heaven, which is just about the most disgusting addition to a genocide that I've ever seen or heard of. This is horrible and is all consuming. And if again, like, I'm sure you guys are like me, it's like too much to bear sometimes when you think about what is happening to women around the world, what's happening to people around the world, specifically what's happening in Iran. And it's hard to concentrate on anything else. I'm going to this premiere tonight. Today we're talking about dating apps. For World Girls, we're talking about Dave Chappelle's opening monologue and some people getting offended by it and some people not, blah, 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 blah. But like people who are protesting for the right to essentially exist are getting mass executed and raped on their way out. And it's like just fucking disturbing and disgusting. And so I like to do these shows that are entertainment based so that we can find some semblance of peace in our day and happiness. But I don't feel that it's right to not talk about some of these things, especially with what's going on in Iran, because I think, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, that many of you guys are unfamiliar with the situation that's happening there. And I do still feel like I have a moral obligation to, even when I put on entertaining shows, to talk to you guys about what is going on in the world and use my platform for good, for knowledge. And I know that one of the biggest things about what's happening in Iran right now is the lack of coverage that it is getting and how people don't even know. And if more of the world was aware of what was happening in Iran, perhaps there would be a change. And so that's my purpose of bringing that up today. And as you guys know, it's always hard when I do that to pivot into what we're actually talking about for the day. So if you guys have more on that, of course, always write in the chat, Streamlabs in, Super Chat in, let your voice be heard. But I just wanted to say that I'm not fucking living under some rock, not aware of what's going on. I'm seeing all of the things that are happening in the news. My heart is ripped apart for these women, the bravest women that we've ever seen on the fucking planet. And then we come back to this country, and I'll talk all about the Dave Chappelle opening monologue later on the show on World Girls today. And while I didn't think it was perfect, I thought that it was flawed. It's like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, who's offended and who's not, versus like these women are getting raped and murdered, and in 15,000 of them. And as a planet, there's nothing we can do. Like, there's as a planet, this is what we say in this country, one nation under God, which is just like the most ass backwards thing I've ever heard in my life. Because number one, under God is such a fucked up thing to do in a non-Christian nation. That's crazy that it make people say that, but also one nation under God. It's like one planet under the stars. That's what we are. We are one universe. We are one planet in this universe. We don't know enough about the rest of the universe to say one universe wholly and totally, but we do know enough about the planet. We're all humans, we're people, and it's just fucking disturbing. So anyway, that probably was not good thought for my lunch and get ready with me for this premiere while I talk about dating app, but I can't not talk about it. I can't not bring it up. It's too horrible, it's too prevalent, and it's too unspoken about for us to do a whole show and not mention it. So Greg says one planet under the stars is amazing. I love it. That's what we are. And I think we forget about that all of the time. We put nation first, and I'm not even saying that's a horrible thing to do, but when you see atrocities going on in the world and it's like not our problem, it's just like, then whose problem is it? It's not our problem. It's like that poem, and then they came for us. You got to stand up for people who need support in this kind of manner. It's sad and it's disturbing. Same what's happening in Ukraine, sad and disturbing. What's happening in Iran, sad and disturbing. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So there's that for now. Let me go into the Streamlabs, see what it is you guys are talking about. For those of you guys who give a shit, I know I've talked before about what I do with my hair, but some of you guys ask me all the time. So if you're new, it's a 10 Miracle leave-in product, the one with the pink cap, and I put like 10 pumps in my hand. I'm almost done with it, but I never waste anything, so I unscrew it and dump it out of my hand because it doesn't even pump anymore. Those things are like relatively expensive. I think for this thing, it's like $15. So you got to get every single last drop out of it. You can get it at CVS or Walgreens, and it's just like a nice untangler product that works really, really well. Let me go into the Streamlabs and see what is happening here. And then after I put that in, I brush it through, and then I'll show you the other things that I do as we talk about this. And I'm only here for 15 more minutes, so get in your Streamlabs as we talk about these dating apps, because then I gotta get to my World Girls meeting. Today is November 14th, which means that we officially have no Streamlabs for the day. Oh boy. It's been a tough journey, as I told you guys. I know it must be tough for you guys as well. Okay, so here's the thing. I joined, you guys know I was on that Jewish dating app for a minute. It actually isn't a Jewish dating app. It was an app started by Jews, and I was on it, but the problem with it is it's so small that the dating pool, they don't let you narrow it down by location. So the people that were on it are all over the country. And I just ended up in these conversations with people in different states. And it's like, that's just not a great way to start. And it's difficult. And also, I'm not, even though it's not just for Jews, there are a lot of Jews on it. And while I would have no problem dating a Jew, have dated Jews in the past. It's not like I'm exclusively looking for Jews. So I was like, okay, I want to branch out. But Hinge felt very overwhelming to me because all my friends are on Hinge. Everybody says you got to get on Hinge. That's the best one. That's where you guys know I post all the time about my two little nephews and who call me Auntie Roxy, and their parents met on Hinge, and a lot of my friends who are in great relationships met on Hinge. But it just seemed very, very overwhelming. There's so many options, on the other one that I was on, Locks Club, there's like, you get like 5 people a day and that's it. But this one could just go forever. So it felt very overwhelming. But then Steph got back on it. She had been on it. She got off of it and then she got back on it. And she was like, Rox, like, it's really fun and a nice way to talk to people and just meeting new people. And I was like, maybe I should try it. And then when I went over to my friend's place, the ones who met on Hinge, they were like, Roxy, it's a numbers game. Like, and right now I've been going on like some really shitty dates with some people that are just shitty. And I honestly haven't been prioritizing it that well because I'm so in my work, but I am 31 and I'm just starting, all my friends are trick-or-treating with their kids together. And I do want to find my person. I like many of you guys out there. I don't know what that next step is. I'm not in a rush to who knows if I even do get married. I just want to find my person, my life partner, and then take it from there. See what we want to do with our lives together and what kind of family we want to have together and what that looks like. It's not like I'm like set in stone about really anything other than the fact that I know I would like to find my person. And so they told me, they were like, listen, it's really truly a numbers game. And right now, the only people you're meeting are at work. And it sounds like you don't really want to date somebody from work. You guys know I did that already. When I did that, it ended up being a fucking disaster. It's made my life so difficult. It's made me want to quit my fucking jobs. You don't want to have to see the person that broke your heart every day. It's brutal. And then also 2 similar personalities with what I do, like meeting people in my sphere. They're like me, and I'm not looking for a replica of me. I'm not looking for somebody who's trying to do what I'm trying to do. I'm looking for somebody different than me who opens my eyes, creates new perspectives, opportunities, different versions of like what our life could be, and is just different. So I was like, I kind of like you, Ryan. I'm kind of like, it's just a numbers game is kind of hard, but they are right. Like if I'm not meeting anybody new, then how do I meet my person? And so I was like, all right, fuck it. Let's try it. I'm getting on this fucking app. So this weekend on Saturday, I downloaded Hinge. It was wildly overwhelming. And I'll tell you guys all about that in a second. Very open and honest with y'all. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's see what's going on in here. Shout out to our first Streamlabber of the day, first and only, Jake Yacovetta. Thank you for saving my ass, my dear. He says, rest in peace, Lavelle Davis Jr., Devin Chandler, and Deshaun Perry, the 3 football players from University of Virginia who were murdered last night by a former player. Wow, I haven't seen this. I didn't see that, Jake. I've been a little off of everything that was not Iran sometimes. Although I did get a Hollywood Reporter email today about, did you guys see this? There was a fire that, I think it was a garage fire. Could that be that car garage fire that really injured Jay Leno that I saw? That's awful. I need to look more into what you're talking about, Jake. That's fucking awful. Let me read your thing again. They were murdered last night by a former player. What the fuck? What happened? Jeez. Oh my gosh. Glenn in the Streamlab says, hello, Roxy, or happy or whatever adjective works for you Monday. Because no matter what day it is, Rockstar is totally up to you. Decide how you feel about it. True. Thanks, Glenn. He says, yeah, Roxy, Earth and humanity has made and continues to make some pretty fucked up choices. But hopefully, eventually can remember that we are all one planet under the stars and can truly live accordingly. Thanks for using your voice and platform to speak. I got you, Glenn. Thank you so much for being here and for your support. I appreciate you. He also says, everyone who's listening, say to yourself, I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm fully unique, I'm good people, I'm worthy, my story is important, deserves to be seen and heard. That makes me a winner, somebody worthy of being and having around. Yay, go me. I always love the yay, go me. That's my favorite part. Oh boy. Jake says, okay, They were on a bus full of students coming back from a play in DC and got shot when they got back to campus. So what happened with this former player? Was there has any news come out? Oh my god. Fucking awful. Fucking awful. Anyway, once again, transitioning back to Hinge because on the show we fucking roller coaster. This is Unite oil. I put a pump into, okay, that's like 3 little pumps into my hand. And then I take it with this Olaplex and I merge them together. I bleach my hair, so you don't want to just put straight orange on your hair. And so I put it in with this Bond Smoother number 6 Olaplex like this. And then I put it in the bottom or like a ponytail down and then concentrate at the bottom pieces. Okay. Anyway. Because I actually have I have relatively curly, not as curly as my sister. My sister has really curly hair, but you guys know a lot of Jews have very curly. As I bleach it, it gets more wavy than curly. And sometimes it can get really coarse and tangly. So anyway, these things help. All right. So I'm on Hinge and it's been very difficult to navigate. Number one, I can do another episode on this if you guys are interested in it, but like picking your pictures, my friends said to me, they were like, listen, because like on my other one, I have a lot of fun pictures of me, but they were like, who are you trying to attract? You want to create a profile that attracts the right kind of person. And I was like, what the fuck's that mean? The right kind of person. The right kind of person is going to like me no matter what. And they're like, yeah, but you have to make these snap judgments on people based on how they're presenting themselves. And if I'm presenting myself in my cannabis onesie at the club, just looking hot, walking up to the bar, whatever it is, then you don't you might not be showing yourself as wholly and fully as you want to. And they were like, don't be afraid to show yourself at work, show yourself with your friends, show yourself. So putting this profile together, I definitely tried to do it differently. And then picking the prompts is super overwhelming. But the most overwhelming part of it all is just how long you could spend on the app. Like, I feel very grateful that seemingly so far I have gotten some people who have liked me, that like I have opportunities to match with, but there's so many different parts of the app. There's the part where I could just like endlessly swipe on people who haven't seen me yet. Then there's the part on people who have seen me and liked me that I have to go through, and you go through them one by one. Then there's the people that you've matched with that you're chatting to. And then there's like this preferred section where you can give a rose to one preferred person a day. I don't really fucking get what that is. And so I was getting just extremely overwhelmed by all of this when Steph told me, she was like, Rox, I don't know if this is a good fit for your personality, but if you want to stay on this, you have to treat it like a game. Like to me, I was like, oh, I have to respond to every person and give everybody a full shot. And like, I don't like to, I don't, this isn't a good way to judge people on the app. Like by based on a picture, it's so difficult. So I try to read all the responses, but like that ends up taking so long. And it's, everybody does have their preferences, but I just like really try. And so she was like, you have to treat it as more of a game. Like, just go through them when you want. Don't go through it when you don't want. And so I'm just, so far, it's been very stressful. And also, some people have really fucking shitty prompts and responses that like make me judge humanity a little bit right now. Like the amount of people who it's like, what are you competitive about? And they say everything. And it's like, oh my God, suck a dick, bro. Like, you're competitive about everything that's annoying. Or this person, I'm overly competitive about literally everything. I warm up for time. I warm up for time. Monopoly gets wild. Like, what? This person said, this is my year for. And then their response is staying unvaxxed and pure-blooded. And I'm like, oh my God, like this person is gorgeous, but holy shit, thank God I read their prompt. Staying unvaxxed and pure-blooded. What the fuck are you talking about? This is a person I'm overly competitive about everything. Once again, the fucking everything. I've been taking screenshots. Oh, this one says green flags I look for. Less than 600 followers. What the fuck does that mean? And like, I don't link my Instagram on there. So less than 600 followers, like because I have more than 600 followers, you're not interested in me. It's super fucking weird. And then this person writes, green flags I look for, doesn't mention espresso martinis, french fries, or being an alien or mermaid in their bio. And it's like, are you making a joke because like I don't mention any of those things in mine, but what's wrong with somebody mentioning espresso martinis if they like them? You guys know I've never tried espresso or french fries. Like people are just so fucking weird and judgy on here. And I guess you have to be. Granted, I don't fucking like vegans, so I get it. Another guy, I'm overly competitive. I'm overly competitive about everything. And these two guys made a profile together and they're like, we only double date. It's just so much of this where I'm just sitting here like, what? Then I had this guy message me today. He was really cute. We matched together. You guys tell me what you think about this. He said to me, what a past couple decades it's been for New England sports in your peak, and that was in your peak years, like me. And I was like, excuse me, Sarah, I have not peaked. Like even like referring to something as somebody's peak years. I don't know. But he seems like a nice guy. I kept talking to him. I don't know. I just don't know. This other guy, he wrote to me, you have such a gorgeous smile. And he was super cute. And I was like, oh, that's really sweet. And then I looked and I'm like, wait a second. This man lives in Georgia and he just keeps changing his location. Like, are you just like bouncing around, changing your location everywhere you go? What the fuck is that? And then let's see. There've been some other weird ones. Streamlabs.com/RxStray. I'm only here for a couple more minutes. A lot of people just immediately like, what's your Instagram? Isn't that the whole point of not doing that? Like, I don't want to just give out my Instagram. Or like a lot of people are just like, I don't love this app. Can we switch to phone number? Or can I text you? And it's like, I don't even know your last name. I don't know anything about you. Can we talk for a second first? It is what it is. Okay. Streamlabs.com/RxStray. Let's see what you guys think about all of this. Appreciate you. Glenn Caesar says, being unselfish, loving, and supportive of others, including strangers, whether it's on the internet or not, as well being kind, caring, and fully unique, makes you humane, worthy, and cozy fire to be near. You're remarkable, a priceless treasure, and inspiration. And I appreciate that. Thank you, Glenn. He also says, may you each get to feel love and sparkles and manifest every day and be you. Thank you for that, Glenn. And then Austin Kramer sent in support. Thank you, Austin Kramer. It's been a minute. I feel like I haven't seen your name in a minute. Thank you to everybody who's here talking about my Hinge journey. Streamlabs.com/RxStray. So now I have a few to go through today. And then like even people, one of the things I write is like, one of my prompts is, one thing you should know about me is I bleed Boston. Don't come at me with this Brady isn't the GOAT nonsense. And like people in my, it's like a cute little thing to write. People like message me like fighting with me. Eli and my Giants beat him 2 times in the Super Bowl. There's that. Not a great way to start a conversation. Just like not exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, okay. And then like so a lot of people on here with their political affiliations, they write moderate, and it's an immediate no for me. Like it says liberal, moderate, conservative, prefer not say. Those are the options. You're gonna call yourself a moderate like in this day and age? I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, but like moderate now. And then a lot of people write no to smoking weed, and I'm like, I guess that's fine, but like, are you going to be cool with the fact that I'm like a huge cannabis person? And then this one guy messaged me like 7 times, and I had been away from my phone for 5 minutes. We hadn't spoken yet. Let me find him. He writes, let's see, I gotta find Gus to find this dude. It was so many times. I was just like, oh my God. And then a lot of people message me, and then I message back, and then they just don't respond. One guy wrote, hello, Roxy, and I didn't respond for 2 hours. And he said, is anyone home? That's not the 5-time guy, but it's like, I was going to be home, but then you said that. And now I'm just like, no, I guess nobody's home. Somebody said to me, I'm the right kind of woman. I don't like, what the fuck's the right kind of woman? I'll keep you guys posted. It's only been a couple days. And it is part of it is fun, but I just feel like bad. I don't know. I got to figure it out. All right, I gotta go meet Darina to talk about World Girl calendar stuff. This shit is taking 5 times longer than any other year that we've done. We are putting so much energy into this, bringing you the best calendar that we've done yet. It's gonna be fucking great. So don't forget to join us for the World Girls. Thank you to Glenn and Austin and Jake for your support in the Streamlabs. It has been abysmal. So you guys are very, very helpful there. And thank you to everybody who joined us live. I hope you're doing okay. Keeping yourself sane during this really fucked up time. Because oh boy, is it a really fucked up time. And I will see you guys over on the World Girls to talk more about what's going on in the world, the highs, the lows, the in-betweens. Stay safe, stay sane. Don't forget to put down the toilet seat, make your bed. Don't remember the Holocaust, just for all the people who've lost their lives due to excessive force. We stand with the women of Iran that are protesting. And wherever you are in the rainbow, we love you and your body, your choice. Because ultimately, that is what it comes down to at the end of the day. Glenn said, one more Streamlab. Let me refresh, my dear. He said, great look, RJ. Again, I said what I said. Roxy, enjoy Glass Onion. I haven't even done my makeup or anything yet, but at least we've got some clean hair. All right. Much love, my friends. Later.